Okay, everyone, we are going live in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this morning's meeting of the Cabinet Committee Local Issues. It's Wednesday the 20th of November at 10 o'clock. So, item 1, members of the committee, can I welcome Councillor Moses Crook, who's taken the place of Masood Ahmed, who's now gone into full-time employment. So, welcome, Moses, and thank you for your input today. Minutes of the previous meeting, can we do those? Who was here? No, we'll have to take them next time because Councillor Davis isn't here and obviously Masood's now moved on to other things. So, declarations of interest, anybody got anything to? Nope. Admission of the public, well, we're allowed the public in, but there's nobody here, so we'll move on to deputation and petitions. Again, there's no deputation and petitions being received. So we'll move on to item 6, public question time. No member of the public here, so we'll move on to item 7, member question time. There's nobody online that wanted to join? No. So no member question time. So item 8, objection to the proposed extension of 30-mile-an-hour speed limit from the A644, Huddersfield Road, Murfield. And I'll pass over to Officer Stu to give us a presentation. Thank you very much and morning.
Morning. My name's John Walsh from the Highway Design and Section 278 team. We're here to discuss the TRO, the 30-mile-an-hour reduction on Huddersfield Road. The outline planning permission was granted for this in December 2020 for a new supermarket to be constructed on the site of Kenmore Caravans on the A644 Huddersfield Road. The planning conditions require the developer to provide certain highway improvements to ensure a safe access to the development and for these works to be undertaken via a Section 278 agreement with the Highway Authority. The works proposed to facilitate the development include the widening of the Huddersfield Road to provide a right turn lane into the development, the provision of 2-number pedestrian refuges to assist crossing, and the provision of 2-number TROs, one to restrict parking in the vicinity of the new access and one to reduce the speed limit in the new access from 40 mile an hour to 30 mile an hour by relocating the current 30 mile an hour speed limit gateway further along Huddersfield Road to encompass the new access and pedestrian refuges. The current speed limit on Huddersfield Road is 40 mile an hour from its junction with the A62 Leeds Road at Cooper Bridge to a point 91 metres west of Doctor Lane, just before you enter Murfield Town Centre, and has a consistent appearance and feel for the motorists that use it. The speed limit alterations proposed would extend the 30 mile an hour from its current location away from the town centre so it covers the new access to help improve the safety and operation of the new junction and the additional pedestrian crossing facilities that have been provided. The speed limit change was formally advertised between the 31st of August 2023 and the 30th of September 2023. During this period, 2 objections were received from local ward councillors who were not objecting to the speed limit alterations, but rather to the fact that the alterations did not go far enough. Both the objectors feel that the 30 mile an hour should be extended to cover the full length of the A644 from Murfield Town Centre to Cooper Bridge, as they feel the current environment warrants the reduction. In response to the objections, we would say that the highway environment along the A644 between Murfield Town Centre and Cooper Bridge, which is currently 40 mile an hour, where the environment changes with more side roads and roadside activity and pedestrian movements, the speed limit reduces to 30 mile an hour. These speed limits were assessed as part of the Kirklees speed limit review and deemed to be appropriate for their environment. Adding the development access into the 40 mile an hour would not be appropriate, as there would be changes in the environment and usage, which is why the 30 mile an hour is being proposed. There will not, however, be any physical or environmental changes to the rest of the A644, so amending the speed limit and as requested by the objectors, we feel is inappropriate and not in keeping with the ethos of setting local speed limit guidance. The existing safety record along the 40 mile an hour section is also very good, with only 5 personal injury collisions recorded in the last 5 years, which is a quarter of the national average for this type of road, and strongly supports the view that it is appropriate and is operating safely. The officer recommendation for this is that the objections to the is that the objection to the amendments to the existing speed limit be overruled and that the proposals be implemented as advertised.
Thank you very much. Members, any questions? Councillor Crook.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, John. I don't have any questions as such, but I just wanted to reiterate some of what John had said. The reports relating to objections received regarding highway safety works conditioned as part of the outline planning permission, which has already been granted for the erection of retail unit and associated works on Huddersfield Road here. The highway alterations, including widening of the Huddersfield Road to provide a right turn into the site and provision of 2 pedestrian refuges, a TRO to restrict vehicle parking in the vicinity and a TRO to reduce speed limit from 40 miles an hour to 30 miles an hour for the full extent of the adjusted carriageway, plus a safety buffer. And I understand 2 objections have been received during the consultation period in response to the speed limit change TRO, both relating largely to the extension of the 30 mile an hour speed limit on the basis that it doesn't go far enough. The Kirklees speed limit review confirmed that the speed limits on this section of highway were appropriate to the environment. However, due to the introduction of the new site access point and pedestrian refuges, the current speed limit is not deemed to remain safe, and a reduction of 30 mile an hour is considered more appropriate. Since there's no environmental changes further along the highway, for the rest of the stretch of highway, no further change to speed limits beyond the extent of the proposed development could be considered proportionate as part of this development. To add to this, and as John's already said, this section of highway is safer than the average for this type of highway nationally. So for the above reasons, I fully support Officer recommendation that the proposals be implemented as advertised. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Davis.
Yep, won't repeat any of that. I think it was very clear from officers and from Councillor Crook. I lived across that area, so you know that road really well. I use it many, many times, and I'd certainly concur with the view that the stretch, which is currently at 40 mile an hour, is not a dangerous stretch of road. It's certainly, you don't have pedestrians crossing. There's very few, if any, houses along there. So certainly for me, it would make no sense whatsoever, and clearly from the evidence that officers have referred to, that's backed up by accident records as well. So again, I would reject the objections and support officers' recommendation.
Thank you. The changes to outside the new supermarket development, I think they're fine and absolutely justified. And I would agree with the both of you that extending that 30 mile an hour limit up to John Cotton's in effect wouldn't benefit anybody. As Paul pointed out, I think it's a road we all know very well, 'cause it's the main route into North Kirklees if you're in Huddersfield. So many of us drive it several times a week. So as I say, I know it very well, and I can see no justification for dropping it down to 13. And if we were to invest in looking at changing speed limits, there's more dangerous areas where we could put our resources in what is very straitened times for local authorities, where we would have a bigger impact, because as you say, the collision rate is below the national average. So we couldn't justify it on that ground, on safety grounds, and certainly financial investment wouldn't warrant it at this moment in time. There are more important places to invest our money. So would one of you like to propose it?
Yep, happy to propose that. Thanks.
We reject the objections. Seconded. All in favour?